Hello and welcome to this week's installment of Vocabulary Wednesdays. And my name is Chris with Magoosh, and today we got a few words that are from the article of the month. Now, if you haven't read the article of the month, I encourage you to do so. Within that article, you will find such cool words such as inroads. Inroads are not about literal roads necessarily, like we're making inroads so we can connect the two cities. Rather, inroads means progress or advance, such as in the fight against AIDS. We've made significant inroads in the last decade, devising cures that allow people to live much longer. So advance and progress. Now, there is a military sense here that one enemy can make inroads into the other enemy's territories. So that's kind of like advance in terms of moving into somebody's territory as opposed to progress. However, that meaning is not that common. So you want to use the progress, advance in a positive sense if you see that word on the GRE. Reconcile. This word has common meaning, or relatively common meaning, that if you want to make up with someone, you guys weren't friends, you had a fight, want to be friends again, you want to make up or reconcile. Probably not going to be tested on the GRE, but what will be tested is the sense that the word means to balance two things out, to make them in harmony. And typically, there are two things that aren't in harmony, so you'll see this in the context of he could not reconcile A with B. So for instance, let's say your friend Joey's the nicest guy in the world, everyone loves Joey, but when he gets behind the wheel of his car, Joey becomes a psycho and flips people off and honks and just goes crazy. So it's difficult to reconcile the fact that everyone loves Joey, he's a nice guy, with the way he is behind the wheel of a car. Next on the agenda, we have naysayers. People who say nay. They are not horses, though. And what nay means is almost like no, critics, people who speak against you. This can't be done. We'll never go to the moon. That's too far away. Those were naysayers, who of course were disproven when we went up to the moon. And so if you say, I want to score 320 on the GRE, and one of your negative friends says, oh, you can't do that, they're a naysayer, and you will prove them wrong. Finally, concede. Do not think this means conceit or conceited, which means stuck up. Concede is a verb that means to kind of give in or give up a small point in an argument or a debate. So for instance, if you watch TV, there's a show called Breaking Bad. It's a great show. So I was having a discussion with my friend. I said, it's the best show in the last 10 years. And he said, no, The Sopranos was the best show in the last 10 years. And so as we were discussing, I said, well, the thing is that The Sopranos kind of lost its way towards the end. It's 6 or 7 seasons. They got a little bit muddled. And so my friend nodded and agreed. He said, okay, you're right. You do have a point. He's conceding that small point. He still believes that The Sopranos is the greatest show, but he accepts that it didn't have the same perfect direction or trajectory as Breaking Bad did. So again, to give up a small point, but not your entire opinion on something, is to concede. And I will see you next week, same time, same place.